What's up, YouTube? It's Joel. We've got your fourth stimulus check update for today. We've also got a new proposal from the leader of the Senate, Chuck Schumer, to give a new $9,000 stimulus to Americans. We've got Senator Joe Manchin, who is now on board for the Democrat-only reconciliation bill. And yes, this is the bill that would get Americans some forced stimulus checks. We've also got Bernie Sanders, who is running point on this reconciliation process, and he is eyeing a huge $6 trillion price tag for this stimulus package. And also in 2022, this is looking like to be a huge, big year for those on SSI, SSDI, and Social Security, thanks to Bernie Sanders and his reconciliation bill. But we've also got Nancy Pelosi, who's rebuffing McConnell's call to separate the bipartisan bill and the reconciliation package. So it's heating up in Congress big time. This is your stimulus and economic news update, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that is subscribed to the channel, all the likes, all the comments. We're so close to getting to 50,000 subscribers, but once we hit it, I'm going to give away $500 to someone on this channel. So in order to qualify, all you have to do is these three simple things. Number one, like this video. Number two, subscribe to the channel. And number three, comment on this video on a topic that we talk about. This is super exciting, and I can't wait to hit that 50,000 subs, but it's all because of you, and I appreciate it so much. But please, if anyone asks you for any personal info or to text them or contact them on WhatsApp, please don't do it. It's fake. It's not me. So lots of crazy things happening right now. We've got Mitch McConnell, who came out and said that both Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, who are the leaders of the House and the Senate, they need to follow suit with Biden and say that they will separate the bipartisan bill and the reconciliation bill so that one isn't tied to the other in order to get it passed. Now, the reason that he came out and said this is because Nancy said earlier in the week that there ain't going to be no bipartisan bill unless we're going to have a reconciliation bill. Now, she's referring to just getting the bill passed with the Democrats only. And so Chuck Schumer, who's come out and said that they both need to be tied to one another, where there can't be a reconciliation bill without the bipartisan bill, and there can't be a bipartisan bill without the reconciliation bill. So he's kind of middle of the road for what McConnell was saying and is asking for. But Nancy Pelosi, she said otherwise. So in a closed-door meeting with her caucus in the Capitol, Pelosi said her initial strategy is to withhold a House infrastructure vote until the Senate passes a larger partisan families plan, which remains unchanged according to the lawmakers in attendance. We had Representative John Yarmuth, who's the chairman of the House Budget Committee, who said what the speaker has said, and I totally agree with her, is that we're not going to vote on one until the Senate sends us both. We even had Representative Barbara Lee, who said the Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer have already indicated that the strategy that they would both move in tandem for each other concerning the reconciliation bill and the bipartisan bill. So with this, we can see that the Democrats are pushing harder than ever to get what they are looking for in its entirety in all these huge trillion-dollar stimulus packages. With that, you have Senator Bernie Sanders, who is running point on the reconciliation process. So Bernie Sanders, one of the top Democratic leaders in the Congress and the chairman of the Senate Budget Committee, has been drafting the $6 trillion plan. Just to remind you, $6 trillion plan that he wants to pass via the reconciliation process. And that bill would go even further than Biden's original $2.3 trillion infrastructure plan and the associated $1.8 trillion families plan. We even had Jen Psaki, the White House press secretary, who said that Biden is committed to continuing to work to get more in the reconciliation package, something that Senator Sanders is certainly running point and leading on. So with this comes the huge reform that Bernie Sanders and Chuck Schumer have been pushing for Medicare and Social Security. With the reconciliation bill, they can make it happen. They want to add dental, vision, and hearing health care to Medicare and also to lower the age for being eligible for Medicare from 65 to 60. They also want to give all Social Security beneficiaries a $200 increase and set it so that they are receiving a consistent 5% increase each year in their cost of living adjustment. So this is just the tip of the iceberg on the amount of reform they want to bring to these programs, and they can do it through the reconciliation process. So because remember, we're talking $6 trillion. That would be spent to essentially overhaul a lot of programs and get things changed throughout the U.S. in terms of education, housing, green energy, child tax credits, child care, climate change, Social Security, and Medicare, and so much more. Along with this is the forced stimulus check that Bernie Sanders has been pushing for a while. He's been wanting to send out some for some time, and now that he is running point on this process and is literally drafting the legislation, this is where we can see a forced stimulus check in the amount of $2,000 for adults and $1,000 for children. And Chuck Schumer says that they are planning to get this to the Senate and the House in July and have it voted on as well in July. So big stimulus is coming very soon. You got the right people in the right seats. And concerning Joe Manchin, he's one of the big ones that they finally got on board for the reconciliation process, because he's one of the ones that he could vote either way in terms of siding with the Democrats or not siding with them. But now he has jumped on board, which gives them even more leverage to get the reconciliation process done and get that bill passed. Now, on top of that, we have Chuck Schumer, who has now shown a new proposal with two other top leading Democrats to give $9,000 to Americans. The proposal, known as the Young American Savers Act, would provide federal assistance to children with parents or legal guardians that earn less than $100,000 per year. Chuck Schumer said the Young American Savers Act would invest in our nation's youth and make it easier for future generations of children to escape poverty and obtain economic security. In a press release, no one should be denied the opportunity to own a home or start a business because they don't come from a wealthy family. The federal government would provide $500 annually until the child turns 18. Then up to half of the funds could be used to pay for college. Other approved uses of the government cash include buying a home, starting a business, or putting it into a retirement account after the account beneficiary turns 26. Talk about life-changing. For a lot of people, and setting them off on the right road is my favorite part, is actually getting and helping them to start a business where they can go and grow their wealth and build their financial future and change their family tree in terms of their finances. Because for me, when it comes to where I come from, I don't come from a rich family. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, but I'm changing my family tree, and my family will have financial freedom, and we will be debt free, and we will have a future set for not just my family, but for future generations. So let me know what you think about this, and if this would be good for all Americans, because you're talking about helping out a lot of people. They're estimating 48 million Americans' lives would be affected by this. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. But for those true life investors, remember, we aren't waiting on any stimulus. We're not waiting on anything outside of ourselves to start building our wealth. And we can do it through positive change, saving and controlling our finances, and making positive changes concerning our finances to start winning with that. And it takes time, it takes hard work, but you can do it. If you believe and you work hard enough, you can make your money grow and work for you. And why not start off with getting 2 free stocks with Webull worth up to $1,850, or you can sign up with Robinhood and get 2 free stocks with them worth up to $500. The reason I say this every single time in these videos is because these are easy to use platforms. They are free to trade, so you don't have to pay any commissions whenever you trade stocks or do any options or anything like that. It's literally free money, and it gets you started on building your wealth and heading towards financial freedom. So if you have any comments or any concerns or any questions, put those down in the comment section and I'll answer them. But those links are down in the description. I personally invest in the S&P 500. It's done amazing in the past decade and so on, and it's made me quite a bit of money, and I would love for it to do the same for you and for you to reach financial freedom for yourself. So if you have any questions, ask them down in the comments section. But don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all stimulus and economic news that affects you and learn how to build some wealth. This is Joel with True Life Investing. Until next time, peace out.